Hello everyone, welcome back. So in the previous video, we saw how to create a Windows 2019 data center OS based virtual machine, which is running in the Microsoft Azure. So we also downloaded the RDP file, which is required to connect to our virtual machine. So in this video, we will be seeing how we can connect to the virtual machine, and we will install the web server to host our workload. Means we'll be running a simple website in our virtual machine. So we need a web server to host that website. So we will install IIS web server, Internet Information Services web server. Okay. So double click on this RDP file to connect to the virtual machine. Yes, we want to connect to this virtual machine. So it is saying the IP address is 20.204.45.219, which is the IP address of our virtual machine which we created. Click on connect. It will ask us for the credentials. So as you all may remember, we had to set the administrator account username and password. So you need to enter those credentials here to connect to this virtual machine. In the very first basics tab while creating a virtual machine, right, we had to set the username and password, so you need to enter that in order to connect to the virtual machine. Hit on OK. Now I am authenticated, means I have successfully entered my right credential. Now just simply click on yes, ignore the warning. Wow, now I'm connected to my Windows 2019 data center virtual machine. So as you can see, this is very easy to create and connect to our virtual machine. You just need to have the right port and permission. Okay. So we had selected that we can connect to this virtual machine using the port number 3389. That's why only we are able to connect to this virtual machine. If we had not opened the RDP port 3389, we wouldn't be able to connect to this virtual machine. So that's why I had to allow that inbound permission to connect to this virtual machine using the RDP port. So that is why I'm successfully able to connect to this virtual machine. Okay, but we remember we had not selected that HTTP setting because we want to test what will happen. Like, will we be able to access our website or not? Okay, so that's why I had currently disabled the HTTP port, but we will definitely need to enable that also to access the website, so we'll see that also. Okay, now this is the server manager dashboard, means here from here you can manage the various setting of your Windows server. So as you all know, like, I had to host a simple website. So to host a website I would need a web server. So the web server which I will install in this virtual machine is Internet Information Services, IIS web server. So how can I do that? So go to your server manager. If it is not directly open for you, you can go to server manager from here. Okay, here is the server manager. You can simply open it. Now in this server manager, you have to go to this manage section here. Click on it and then click on add roles and features. Okay. Now you can click on add roles and features. It will present you a wizard. So click on next. Yes, we want role based or feature based installation. In which virtual machine we want to install. So we have currently only one server, which is test win VM. Now from here I need to choose what I need to install. So as you can see, there is an option of web server, IIS, Internet Information Services web server. So I can simply select that and then click on add features. Now Internet Information Services web server will be installed in this virtual machine. Click on next. We don't need any other extra thing. We just had to install the web server. Click on next and then simply click on install finally. Now this web server will be installed. Let's wait for it to get installed. Meanwhile, we can check what all we have in the virtual machine. So you can open the file manager. You can see we have one OS disk which is here, and we have another temporary storage. So while creating virtual machine, another temporary storage gets associated with our virtual machine to store the temporary files. If we choose to stop the virtual machine, all the data in the temporary storage will be deleted. Okay, so it is not recommended to store the persistent files, means the file which you would need later also. So if you stop this virtual machine, you will lose all the data which will be part of temporary storage, hence the name temporary storage. So you can attach also the external data disk also, like we saw we had the option to add the data disk. So you can choose to add the external data disk to increase your storage space for your virtual machine. So those are persistent storage, means even if you stop the virtual machine, your data will be present in those data disks. And this is Windows C is the OS disk in which our operating system is running. Looks like our web server is about to install completely. Installation succeeded. All right, now our web server is running in this virtual machine, which is IIS, Internet Information Services web server. Let's close this. As you can see now, what roles we have, our IIS is added here. Means IIS is also running here. We can simply open the Internet Explorer and we can see. We can simply just enter a local host and you can see our Windows server is now running here. Now we want to access this web server from the external public browser, right? Because we are accessing it locally from the virtual machine, so we are able to see the web page here, our web server. Now if we want to access this web page from the external browser, means using different machines, so how could we do that? So let's see if we will be able to do that or not in the next video. Now let's modify this web page. Means we want to run our simple different web page here. We don't want this page to run, so we can do that from here. Go to your file manager and you can see this inet pub here. Okay, you can go to that inet pub and then the www root folder. This is where your default web page is present, means whatever the page you're seeing here, Windows server, Internet Information Services, this code is present. This code is present here in this file, this HTML document. So we can edit this HTML document. Okay, I will remove most of the stuff from here. I just simply put the very basic code. I'll be replacing that web page with the very basic code. Okay, so this is a very basic code if you want to replace that web page. So I've written a very basic code here to display on our web page. Now if I just refresh from here, it says Windows VM. Hi, this is my first Windows VM running in Azure. Looks like I need to change something. The color didn't got reflected here. I need to select right, I think BG color. Okay, so as you can see, we have just replaced that web page from here. So this is how you can host your website. I mean, it's a very basic website. This is not the actual process to host a complex website. So I've just hosted a very simple website. This is Windows VM running in Azure. Now, how we can access this website from the external public IP? We will see that in the next video. So thank you for watching this. We in this video we installed the web server and hosted our very simple basic website. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. In the next video we will see that we can actually access our website publicly from the internet or not, and what if we will not be able to access, what's the step required to allow us the access or the permission to access the website. We'll see in the next video. Thank you. Bye.